So today we're talking about being built different. And why built different? I think to own your own company is you have to be built different. And two, to thrive in a company and to be able to do it for as long as we have. So we're on our 13th year of owning your own company. You have to really be different.
Built different.
That. Because I think that it's like this. It's like getting up every day and getting kicked in the face and still knowing that like, yep, I'm going to succeed. Or we're going to do a little bit better today than we did tomorrow. Or I have to deal with something pretty crazy today and I don't want to.
The unexpected is always a thing when you own a business.
It's always a thing.
And we have no one to ask questions. We have mentors and friends and things, but we have to figure it out.
That's exactly right. So there is a difference, right? And I think it's a mindset that you have to have. So being built different, why we did it the way we did it, because we wanted to carve out our own life. And really, let's back up. Really, that.
Yep, back up.
Really, it's because we were starving. And we won't go into detail about it, but we were starving. We had an LLC. It was Little John's Lawns. And we went out and started, right? And I don't know if you believe in prayer. We believe in prayer. We believe in God. And we prayed a lot. And I think hard work, prayer, we talk about being too dumb to fail, because it would have been way easier to just go get a job, get a paycheck for sure. But we just went for it, right?
That's like our tagline. We need that somewhere in this building.
Too dumb to fail?
Too dumb to fail.
Man, too dumb to fail. Because there's many times we should have given up, right? And like what Nikki's saying is that you don't have anybody to ask. You don't have anybody to go like, hey, can you do this? You got to figure it out. What I think the cheat code really is technology today gives you access to all kinds of people who have been there, done it, and learn from them. Don't make the same mistake. And I think we did a lot of learning from other people to try to like push the business forward. Now in our landscape company, we're primarily residential. We service about 2,600 properties on a regular basis. That's hard to grow that. I mean, I feel like it is. Commercial, It's a different game, right? We decided to stay in the residential market. We think there's something there. So I think beating of your own drum, listening to outside advice to the people who have been there, not to the people who have wanted to be there. Because a lot of people give you advice on what to do and they've never done it. Walk away from those people.
Yeah.
Fair enough?
For sure. Everybody thinks they can do it. And more power to everybody else. Like, try. I definitely think that. But not everybody can do it.
Man, everybody thinks like, go do it. Go do it, man. That's what I think in the back of my head when I have people telling me like, man, you should go do this. Cool. Go do it. Go put your neck out there. Because as Nikki said before, we're on the line for everything. Now we have insurance, we have all the stuff that protects us, but like it's us, right? It's us and our team that we have to go out there and strive to do a great job every day, right? And so I think that's what makes us different. So in our playbook is, man, we're here to win, right? Like our playbook ain't very deep. It's like we're here to win. We're out here to put a great product out. And we're out here to create an amazing life for ourselves and the team that works for us.
Yeah, we have SOPs in place, right? So everybody knows what their tasks are and what their job description is and what each role entails. But as far as like you and I in a playbook, we don't have a playbook. We just discuss everything. We have goals that are set, and we're trying to figure out every day how to reach those goals.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think we're showing our kids, right? We are showing our kids like, man, there's not the traditional way of college necessarily, right? Like you don't always have to go to college. We have our oldest daughter went to college, did very well, but like it's not, you don't have to, right? And I think that like it's hard enough to start one business, and it's really hard to get it over 7 figures, and then it's really hard to start a second business, and it's really hard to get that over 7 figures, and we've done it twice. And do we know everything? No, but that's why we're on this podcast, is because like I think it's a little bit about telling them what we know. And then also you guys, as this goes on, it's a little bit of discovery of like what we're going through at the moment. Fair enough?
Yeah. I mean, there were so many things that we listened to and we watched and like really dug deep in to help us learn to get better, because in the beginning we didn't know anything really.
Yeah.
I was a calendar with people's addresses on a calendar trying to say, okay, we're going to stack these jobs here. Like, it's amazing what software can do for you. But back then, like, we didn't know. And so I think, like you're saying, with this podcast, we really want to give back. And if there's tips and tricks that we can give that help somebody else that's in this seat trying to build up a business and do it on their own, the more information we can share, the better.
Yep. Yeah, and if you ever feel like the rules of business don't fit for you, right, then this is maybe for you, right? Because I think that there's a lot of ways to do it, right? And you got to figure out your own playbook, and you got to figure out what you're willing to go through, and you got to figure out, with size comes stressors, right? You could stay smaller and it's a little bit more manageable, right? You create yourself a really good job, or you want to take yourself to the next level, and you have to put your foundation around you, and you have to put a playbook together. Like Nikki's saying, your SOPs, and you have to go out and being willing to hire and fire and let go of people who have passed their season, as Nikki would say. You just have to dictate where you want to go, right? And then just know the bigger you get, the more risk you have. And then there's a turning point. Once you hit a point, now that there's a lot more, I feel like a lot more reward that comes with the risk.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, one of our big goals was to be able to travel to see our son play college football, and he's a freshman now, getting ready to start his first season of ball, and we're lined up. We're going to be able to go see these games.
Absolutely.
Couldn't have done it if, we didn't persevere and learn all the things along the way to help us and really help us gain a great team.
Absolutely. And you can't be afraid of speaking the truth, right? 13 years ago, when we started this business, that was one of the goals. When our son goes and plays college ball, we want the opportunity to go and travel and be able to see him. 13 years ago. Yep. I had no idea how hard it'd go to college, but we did it. So now it's just a matter of going and enjoying his time and his next season of life, right? Yeah. So
lots of entrepreneurs feel like outsiders because they haven't done this. And we're hoping that this episode will speak to them and allow them to learn some things that maybe help them grow and flourish, but also know that they're not alone, because there's so many things that happen when you're trying to develop and build a new business that, if there's things that we can say to help, that's what we want to do.
Yeah, I think one of the things is you always feel alone. You feel like you're alone. Nobody really understands you because, and the reality is that we were an academy group. Jonathan Prokoshnik's the one who put it on. The best thing that happened for us.
Yes.
And that group isn't together anymore, but it was a bunch of entrepreneurs that got together, learning from Jonathan and taking away what he had, and then bite-sized pieces to build our business. But the common theme is you feel very alone because your friends don't understand kind of what you're going through, right? They don't understand people calling out and customers upset and cancellations and having to make payroll and doing all the things. They don't understand that. What they do understand is clocking in and out of job, taking vacations, doing all that stuff, right? And you're sitting there building this business. And the one thing one of the things I learned from there is that don't go spend all your money because you need to reinvest in the business. And I think we were really good about just continuously reinvesting ourselves into the company. And so if you're alone, you need to go find a network of people that are in your area or across the country that have their own business, preferably bigger than you, I think, because now you can learn how they got to the size they got to, and then you can avoid a lot of mistakes. Fair enough?
Absolutely. It's finding people that will offer information to you. In the beginning, you talked to everyone. You would see somebody with a landscape truck and a trailer, and you were like, wait, stop, I need info. And
everybody
just ask, right? And then as we got into Academy, I built relationships with other people who did administrative work, be it they were owners doing the work or they had brought their office staff to a conference or something. And I would meet people who did the same tasks as me and figure out, okay, well, what are you doing that makes you super successful?
Yep.
How do you tackle these issues? And then that's what allowed us to even take it down further, develop Call Boss, is because we learned all the things that made administrative work successful, pushed it forward, and now we're helping other companies do it too.
Absolutely right. So it's just because just because there's not a blueprint necessarily, right, of what you're doing. And that was for us. Like, we didn't know. I didn't have a landscape background. We started it, right? The first employee, his name was Jose. I told him to ask him, like, please teach me everything. And so that's how I learned. I was smart enough to know I didn't know. And then Nikki and I took that business and grew it. And then we saw a big need in the market, right? And we took a chance. And there was no blueprint for Call Boss, because something like Call Boss didn't really exist of what we're trying to do or what we've done. And we started Call Boss. And we started Call Boss because we reinvested ourselves in our business. We didn't go and spend lavishly and do all the crazy stuff. So we built Little John's up, reinvested in Call Boss, have built Call Boss up. And now we're able to go help companies across the United States and Canada answer their phone, do their admin work. And it's like, it's pretty cool to see like what a dream in the very beginning blossom into, sparked another dream, blossomed into, and then we still reinvested in our business because now we just bought into a CRM system. And so we're partners with a CRM system that has been running for multiple years. Now we've come on board and we're working vigorously trying to get it up and ready for October because it is so close. And then I think we're going to take that out to the public and show it. And I'm excited. But that's all believing in ourselves.
For sure.
Not taking what everybody else... Like, look, a franchise model is great for some people, and that may be something we'll invest in the future. We've talked about it. But, like, we made our own playbook. We made our own blueprint. We made our own rules, right? We figured it out, and we made a lot of mistakes. You can't give up if you make a mistake. You can't. You have to, like, push through, right? And I'm serious. You have to learn. Read. Listen to podcasts. There's so much information out there. It's pretty amazing.
Find a group. You got to network with somebody who knows more than you.
That's
like
right.
in the beginning, did we know what a P&L was?
No.
Did we know what a balance sheet was? I don't know if we did. Like back then, things were like real iffy. But by year 2, we had found Academy and we were learning marketing strategies. We were learning more customer service oriented things. We were learning how to, be prompt and efficient with our clients, how to do properties better. Like everyone in our Academy group, for the most part, AutoGate shout out, was a landscaper. But you have other landscapers. How are they mowing grass? I know it's just mowing grass, but there's techniques to it. And I mow mean grass. But you have to learn how to blow out a property. You have to learn how to trim the bushes. You have to learn how to trim trees. Not every property is the same. Not every client wants the same thing. But by being in those networking groups with people who do the same thing with you,
That's right.
You're able to learn, okay, that's a really cool technique. Let me apply that. Like, for example, Little John's, we don't just weed whack. We stick edge, right?
Yep.
Because we want to set ourselves apart and be better. Not everybody here stick edges. But we learn the little tricks along the way.
Absolutely right. We do a lot of things different, right? We give gifts to the new customers. We do follow-ups. We want to know how we're doing. We ask our customers after service, how was service, right? We want to know. Do you always want to hear what the answer is? No. But it gives you an opportunity to be better, right? And that's something I think you need to strive for instead of just shutting the door, putting your head in the ground when things get hard, because there's times, and if you haven't done it yet, you're going to go through it. There's times when it's going to get financially tight. There's times you're just going to get just, oh my gosh, man, how do I make this happen? And you got to believe in yourself.
Or those emergency events. Like nobody wants to crash a truck, but I think out of all the companies we know, everybody's crashed a truck at one point. And even though you have insurance, there's still unexpected expenses that can come with things like that.
Yeah.
And the stress and the paperwork and all the things like again, we wouldn't know had we not have been in a group where somebody's been down that road already, who we could say, hey, friend, talk to us.
Yep.
This is what we're looking at. This is crazy. Can you help? And you have to establish those relationships with people who know about business because they've done it.
Yep. And I think the one cheat code is this. I think you need, and this is something that we didn't discover for later in life, is your health. I think longevity is the game. And if longevity is the game, you need to take care of your health because you need to be there for your team, right? And I think if you're not healthy, that makes it hard to be there for your team and show up every day and have the energy to show up every day. And that's just something we've learned in the last probably 3 years.
I mean, it was mentioned in Academy in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any of us really took it to heart. But years later, I think most of the people that were in Academy are now on some type of health journey.
Yep. Because I think, that you have to manage your stress. You have to manage like the day-to-day influx of what is going on. And if you don't take care of yourself, man, it's going to wreck you, right? The other thing too is like, for those that don't know, Nikki and I are married. We've been married for a long time. We've been together 25 years, and working every day together and living together and raising kids together, it's not normal. That's not a normal thing. So don't expect your spouse, husband and or wife, to jump on board and like, yeah, let's go, and have the same intensity and the same drive as you do. I'm the driver of the relationship. Nikki's like she's my right hand person. She's my bandit. She's like ready to ride or die, right? But like I feel like I lead the charge. I have a lot of energy. I'm very focused on what I want to do. And Nikki, it took us. This is not the beginning, but over time we really learned how to work together. Right? Is that fair?
Oh, for sure. And take it back to traction. Like, you're the visionary. You always have these ideas and these thoughts, and that's why we're built different, right? You're always like, okay, what can we do better? What if we did this? Or let's try this and see what we can accomplish with it. And then my role in that is the integrator, because if you think of it and want it to happen, I put pen to paper and be like, okay, well, this is how we could actually do it. Does it make sense? Is that what you want to see? And then we bounce ideas off of each other and try to make things happen.
Absolutely. And I think that's what makes it really fun, because like personally, I have a very tight knit bond with Nikki as far as like just on the business side, right? And that bleeds over to our relationship. But I'm saying just be careful, because not all partnerships are like this.
No. And like you said, not in the beginning. In the beginning, I was like, what? I don't want to do this. Like, this was not my passion or my goal. But as we evolved and things got better and we started growing and there was a need for us both to like do more, then it was like, okay, I see big picture where this could go. Yeah. And we know like where we want to retire, how we want to retire, what we're going to do. Like, we have a plan.
We have a plan, right? So have a plan. So I think cascading message is, it's hard. It's going to be hard. Decide come up with a game plan, reevaluate that every 6 months or a year. Have a clear understanding what you want to do. Simplify your services. Don't offer everything in the world. Offer a few things, become very, very good at it. That's my recommendation. Find help. Find technology that will help you. CRM systems, shout outs coming soon.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So you need to find or call boss or some of these other services that can help you grow your business, right? Because you have the passion for the business. You need to get the things off your plate so you can do the things that you're really good at and you can grow it. And I think that loneliness is a big one. You got to find a group. You got to listen to the right people. Mm-hmm. You got to shout out. You got to dampen all the noise, right? My mom and dad owned businesses. They owned small companies my whole life, right? Nikki's mom and dad did not, right? We heard two different things growing up. And you get a lot of people are naysayers, like, well, why do we want to do that? Or why do you have to keep working? Or why do you need to put all the time in? And blah, 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 blah. Well, it's because we have a goal, right?
Right.
If we're not going to do it, who's going to do it? Especially in the beginning, right?
In the beginning too, remember this, like, we all start off with nothing. If we're starting a company from scratch, there's nothing. He said it was survival mode. Did we have any money? Not really. And then any little bit of money we had, we were trying to invest in more equipment and things that we needed in order to be able to make the business succeed. It takes a while to build up the financial piece, because I want to work for myself. I want to make money. I want to have all the money. That's great. It can be done, but it takes time. This
is not a sprint. This is a marathon for sure.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful. The people that you see online are like, oh my goodness, I became a multimillionaire in 6 months. That is the 0.00%, 1% of the
Let's
people out
be
there.
honest. It's all on credit cards. Like they have credit card debt, because in order to like flash and be, showy and all that early on, and I started a business and I did this so fast. No, it takes time. We didn't want to be in debt, so we were paying cash for every truck we got, and we didn't buy new. Like, we were just really strategic and I would say wise about how we put our money back into the business.
Yep.
In order to be where we are now and moving forward.
Absolutely right. In the beginning, we were definitely cash poor, right? Definitely cash poor. But it was cash poor because we felt that that was the right model. How we change things along the way? Absolutely.
Yeah.
We do things a little bit different. There's a process we do things. We're not scared to hire salary people because it's a need, right? So I think it's okay. It's going to be all right.
They all say you have to spend money to make money, and you do.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's a lot of expenses, but at the same time, look at where we're going. We're going to get there. So.
Yeah, absolutely right. Before is there any memorable moment that you have that we can leave?
Meaning that we're built different.
We are built different.
I mean, there's a lot of memorable moments. The ones that stick out are always the bad ones, right? There's been some crazy times when early on in the business, my story always goes back to that insurance. So one day we had money in our account, and the next money woke up and we were negative a whole lot of money in our account. And what I didn't know is that our insurance, which was like workman's comp, general liability, that they were going to pull like a huge chunk of money out. It was after the annual audit. And then they come in, and instead of, because you're on auto pay and you're just paying your insurance, and then after an audit, if you owe, they just take what they need. And that, I woke up that morning and I cried so much because I was like, how are we going to make payroll if they just took thousands of dollars?
Do you remember where we were at?
I remember it was $7,512 that they took for that insurance audit. And I was like, that's legit payroll money. How are we going to do this? We were at home.
No.
I was at home.
No.
Yes, I was.
No, we were in Dallas at the SA conference.
For that insurance pull?
No?
That was something different. We were at home when this happened.
That happened. And guess what? We've never missed payroll. Ever.
No. And by the grace of God, something
Absolutely.
worked out in our favor that time because that was scary. No, that was a different incident when we were in Dallas. Because you never know what's going to happen. There's always some unforeseen thing that can pop up at any time.
Yeah.
And you got to be built different. How are you going to push through, make it happen, and come out on the other side?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I hope.
Crazy.
Yeah, so crazy. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a great day. Be safe. And
we'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one. Thank you.